Good evening, good evening, good evening. How are you? Welcome to another episode of Change Talk. If we haven't met before, my name is Tiffany Jenkins, and I will be your host for this evening and every evening. Try to come on every Thursday around 9 o'clock and share some information about self care, mental health, leadership, and related topics that might help you. Um, if you'd like to learn a little bit more about the information that we've been talking about, or just more information about who I am and what I do in general, feel free to visit the website. It's www.awakeningchange.org. It's scrolling right now down at the bottom of your screen. We've been talking a little bit about change, and so this week we're going to continue that conversation. But before we jump into that, I'd like to invite you to share any comments, thoughts, concerns in the comment bar. Just go ahead and type them in as we're going along, and I will make sure that I check that box periodically and answer whatever questions you might have, either throughout the broadcast or even at the end. If you happen to be catching this on replay, that's fine. Leave hashtag replay in the comments so that we can know that you were still a part of the conversation. And if you have any questions or comments or concerns, you can drop them there as well. Or again, visit the website, which is at the bottom of the screen. I want to just say thank you to everyone who has already purchased their copy of the anthology, the Shut 'em Down anthology, that I was so fortunate to be a contributing expert for. I do have about 15 or 20 copies left in my possession. If you'd like to get a signed copy directly from me, you can message me or visit the website and you'll find the information for ordering there. The books themselves are $20 plus shipping. They make great conversation starters, and I might be a little bit biased, but I think that they'd make a good Christmas gift as well too. So again, thank you to everyone who's already purchased a book, and the book itself, the anthology itself, is number one on Amazon's list for, I think we're in the labor relations category. So that's a really, really exciting thing. So let's jump in. This is going to be probably our last live not probably, it will be our last live broadcast for the year, only because the next 2 weeks we have holidays coming up. And I hope that you're able to enjoy some very restful and peaceful holidays with your loved ones, socially distanced, of course. So this is going to be kind of our last live video. I will have a couple of videos that'll be posted if you are subscribed to the YouTube channel. I'm going to post some videos, just some things, some for the end of the year for you to keep in mind. We've been talking in this series, though, about change, and we started, I guess it's 3 weeks ago now, talking about the actual work of change. What is change? What does it look like? How do we start making changes? All of those things. And then last week we talked about how to set goals for the things that we wanted to change, and we talked about making those goals smart. And not smart as in kind of wisecracks, but we use the acronym SMART to help us remember what the characteristics of our goals should be. And I'm not going to go over that. If you want to find out, go over to the YouTube channel or the Facebook page and look that up. That was episode 11. Tonight, we're going to be talking specifically about mindset. And the title for this show is Get Your Mind Right, because really none of the work of change or really anything can be accomplished if we're not in the right mindset. Now, Dr. Dwyer, I believe her name is, wrote a book called Mindset a few years ago, which I highly recommend that you check out. And the book talks about two types of mindsets. So there's a fixed mindset and there's a growth mindset. Individuals who have a fixed mindset tend to believe that whatever skills or abilities, talents that you have, you're born with them. It doesn't change. You are who you are, and that's that. Those are the people who are more likely to say things like, I am who I am. This is just the way I've always done it. You can't teach an old dog new tricks, right? And they firmly believe that. It's not just something cool and quirky that they say. They genuinely believe that you are who you are and that change is not something that you do beyond a certain age. There's a couple problems with that, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. People who have a growth mindset, on the other hand, are folks who believe that whatever skills or talents or abilities that they have are the result of commitment, hard work, and practice. And people with a growth mindset are kind of like, remember the kid's story, the little engine that could? I think I can. I think I can. I know I can. I know I can. I knew I could. If we're going to achieve the goals that we've set for ourselves for this new year or this new week, even tomorrow, maybe even a goal for the rest of the night that you have, you've got to move more into that growth mindset. Here's the reason why fixed mindsets are so detrimental, because people who live in a fixed mindset are very negative usually. No matter what they know there is that may need to be changed, they'll never have the courage to change it. They keep telling themselves that change is impossible, that they are who they are, and that somehow, because of that, they deserve to be miserable. That for some reason, it's just meant to be. I don't believe that. I believe that all of us are born with certain skills and talents, yes, but we all have this wonderful organ up here called a brain. And as long as we're alive, we've got blood flowing through our veins, there's another chance for us to learn. And it doesn't really matter what patterns you've learned, whether they were patterns from a painful childhood, whether they were patterns from negative experiences with coworkers or family, or I don't know, bad relationships, bad business deals. It doesn't matter. Just like you learned from those things, you can learn from other things, but it takes you believing that you're capable. In my work with clients, I often hear things like, I don't have enough time. I don't have enough money. I'm not smart enough. All these things, right? Like all these excuses that we give ourselves for why we can't achieve better, why we can't dream bigger, why we can't have more. And the truth of the matter is, they're just excuses. Because in just 5 minutes a day, you can start to build the habits that will bring you to the better version of yourself. And I'm going to prove it. If you think that you want to be less stressed in the new year, I think all of us would love that. We're in the middle of a pandemic. There's stress, it seems like, all around us. We all have the goal of being a little bit more at peace. So I challenge you tonight. You can even do it now. Take a deep breath and exhale. Did you feel the way your shoulders kind of dropped a little bit lower? Everything felt a little bit more loose. Does everything go away? No. But guess what? You just achieved your goal of feeling less stressed. Because for that couple of seconds, you weren't stressed anymore. If you want to take it a step further, when you lie at bed tonight, start with the muscles in your feet, tense them and relax them to a slow count of 5. Move up from your feet to your ankles, to your calves, to your thighs, your pelvic muscles, your core, your arms and your hands, your neck and your shoulders, even your face. tensing and relaxing all of the muscles to a slow count of 5. Does that make COVID go away? No. Does that suddenly mean that whatever relationship problems you have went away? No. But the goal of this is for you to find peace. If you find peace, then sounds like you met your goal of being a little less stressed, right? When we think of our goals in these terms, technically called micro goals, when we think about what we can do as opposed to what we can't do, the possibilities are limitless. Now, that doesn't mean you're going to wake up tomorrow and say, I believe I can fly and then take off. I wouldn't recommend it. But when we're talking about things like reducing our stress, eating better, working out, um, getting a better job, if we break those things down, if we first think of ourselves as able to achieve them and then break them down into things that we believe we can achieve, possibilities really are endless. And I hope that over the course of these 3 weeks, if you've been following the series for 3 weeks, that you see that change doesn't have to be some huge, impossible, hard to achieve task. Change is possible. And really, the only thing we have the power to change is ourselves. When we fix our eyes on what we want, when we change our mindset from that very fixed and rigid space, and we allow ourselves to think of how much we can grow, and we set goals that are in alignment with that growth, we can awaken our change. See what I did there? So I hope you get it. I hope you understand. And if you haven't been with us for the whole series, it is really my hope that you'll go back and you will look at all three videos together. So don't just start here. Go back and look at the very first one in the series where we talk about the work of change. Then go to last week's video and look at how we talked about working smarter, not harder. You'd be surprised how simple it really is when you just put your mind to it. And really, that's all it is, putting your mind to it. Forget the naysayers. Forget the people who tell you that you can't. Because whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. So what do you think? Are you more of a fixed mindset person? I don't know who would admit that right now. Are you a fixed mindset person or are you a growth mindset person? Do you really feel like there's nothing you can do and that you're just stuck here? Or are you really ready to embrace this growth mindset and really change? You're the only person who can do anything about it. So let's see what comments we have. Yanni said, Amen. Carol Dweck. Yes. So the name of the book is called Mindset, and the author is called Carol Dweck. It is a great read. It is a combination of science and practice. And it was a book that was recommended to me from one of my son's teachers some time ago. And it's a really good book. I believe she's got some more recent editions now. But anybody have any other questions or comments or any such thing? Let's check. Erin, thanks for being here. Connie, thanks for being here. Yanni. All right, guys. I appreciate you all taking some time to be with me tonight. Like I said, this is something that I try to do every Thursday around 9 o'clock. Try to make sure I keep it in the 20-minute window. Hey, Karen, how are you, my love? How's the co-host? Um, Something that I try to keep to about 20 minutes so that I don't kind of wear down on your patience. If you have any ideas for some things that you'd like to see in any shows in the future, please, please, please visit the website www.awakeningchange.org. You'll find out more about me, about who I am and what I do. Mindset shift. Oh, that was a mouthful. And holidays to you as well, Mary. Um, you can find out more about what I do. Um, I am opening up some space in the 2021 calendar for speaking engagements, probably mostly virtual at this point. But if you have a speaking or training request, you can visit the website and let me know there. If you'd like to grab a copy of the anthology, you can also find that information there. And I think that about does it for me tonight. So please have a happy, healthy, and safe holiday season. There are a ton of holidays that fall this month. We had Hanukkah, there's winter solstice, Christmas, Kwanzaa, and New Year's before we'll be together live again. And hopefully, this information that we've been going over helps you to enjoy those holidays just a little bit more. So, feel free to visit the website. You can also check us out here on Facebook. If you're joining me from Facebook at Awakening Change LLC, if you happen to be joining us on YouTube, or if you're interested in connecting with us and looking at joining the YouTube channel and subscribing, you'll be able to find the catalog of all of the shows that we've done. This is number 12, so you'll be able to find all 12 there. And that is Change Talk on YouTube. So thank you so much for watching. Visit the website again if you'd like information on any of the courses that we offer, any books, any information whatsoever. You're going to be able to find it there on the website. Thank you so much. Stay safe and be well.